Libel is a form of defamation that involves making false and damaging statements about an individual or entity in written or published form. It is considered a civil wrong, tort, and individuals or organizations harmed by libelous statements can seek legal recourse through defamation lawsuits. Definition of libel: libel is the act of publishing a false statement about a person or organization that causes harm to their reputation. Unlike slander, which involves spoken defamation, libel occurs through written or otherwise published communication, such as newspapers, online articles, social media posts, and other forms of media. Key elements of libel. To establish a case for libel, the plaintiff must typically prove the following elements. 1. Defamatory statement. Nature of the statement. The statement in question must be defamatory, meaning it must harm the reputation of the plaintiff by exposing them to hatred, contempt, ridicule, or causing them to be shunned or avoided. 2. Publication, communication. The defamatory statement must be communicated to at least one person other than the plaintiff. Publication can occur through various media, including print, online platforms, or broadcasts. 3. Falsity, false information. The statement must be false. Truth is a complete defense to libel, meaning that if the statement is true, it cannot be considered libelous. Burden of proof. The burden of proving falsity typically lies with the plaintiff. 4. Fault, negligence, or malice. The plaintiff must show that the defendant acted with some level of fault, which varies depending on the plaintiff's status. Private figures must demonstrate that the defendant was at least negligent in making the false statement. Public figures, public officials, must prove that the defendant acted with actual malice, meaning that the statement was made with knowledge of its falsity or with reckless disregard for the truth. New York Times, Cumber v. Sullivan. 5. Harm to reputation damages. The plaintiff must show that the defamatory statement caused harm to their reputation, leading to actual damages, such as financial loss, emotional distress, or loss of standing in the community. Examples of libel: libel can take various forms, including newspaper articles, publishing false and damaging information about an individual in a newspaper article, online publications, posting defamatory statements on blogs, news websites, or social media platforms, books and magazines, including false and harmful information about someone in written works. Broadcasts, defamatory statements made in a scripted television program or radio broadcast. Legal considerations in libel cases. 1. Defenses to libel. A. Truth. Absolute defense. Truth is the best defense against libel. If the defendant can prove that the statement is true, the libel claim fails. B. Opinion-protected speech. Pure opinions, which cannot be proven true or false, are generally not considered defamatory. However, a statement disguised as an opinion, but implying false facts, may be actionable. C. Privilege. Absolute privilege. Certain contexts provide absolute immunity from defamation claims, such as statements made during judicial proceedings or in legislative debates. Qualified privilege. Conditional immunity granted in specific situations, like fair reporting on public proceedings, provided the statements are made without malice and serve a legitimate interest. 2. Public figures and actual malice. Higher burden of proof. Public figures and public officials face a higher burden in libel cases, as they must prove actual malice to prevail. This standard aims to protect free speech and robust public debate. 3. Damages. A. Compensatory damages, actual damages, economic losses, such as lost income or business opportunities, and non-economic losses like emotional distress. Presumed damages. In some cases, harm to reputation is presumed, and the plaintiff may not need to prove actual damages. B. Punitive damages. Punishment and deterrence. Punitive damages may be awarded to punish the defendant for particularly egregious conduct and deter similar behavior in the future. 4. Statute of limitations. Time limits. Libel claims must be filed within a specific time frame, known as the statute of limitations, which varies by jurisdiction. Filing a claim after this period typically bars legal action. 5. Jurisdiction. Appropriate venue. Determining the appropriate jurisdiction and venue for filing a libel claim is crucial, especially in cases involving online defamation, where the defamatory content may reach a global audience.